Hey, everyone. Happy October and welcome to this lucky number 7 presentation of Repurpose's sneak peek and live Q&A. I'm Yang Pratt from the Podcasting Ninja, and I'm here with the man himself, Hanny Mora. How are you, Hanny?
I'm good, Yang. How's everyone doing today? How are you today, Yang?
I am doing wonderfully. I'm a little chilly this morning. Winter has hit, sort of.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah, it came early for you guys, and we're hanging in there. Gianna's in the house. Hello. Welcome. I hope I pronounced your name properly. Yeah, we have an exciting one today. I'm excited.
Yeah, lots of new stuff coming, lots of exciting updates. So I won't make anybody wait any longer. I just want to say, if you do have questions during the broadcast, pop them below and we'll answer all of them towards the end of our time together today.
Awesome. So, yeah, and we already had some questions as well. So why don't we just jump into the demo? Because I know everybody's curious about the LinkedIn, and then we'll do some questions, and then I'll kind of give what else is coming up soon. So again, just to clarify, I was really hoping to have the LinkedIn ready before this video training. We were up late last night, but we just couldn't make it happen. But don't worry, whatever I demo today will be available by this weekend. I promise you, this weekend it will be there. So you can play around this weekend, have fun with it, publish your stuff to LinkedIn. So that's the main focus today. We're going to talk about the new integration we have so that you can take a podcast audio, convert it into a video, send it off to LinkedIn, or you take a video off of Facebook, convert it. Not convert it. You can stylize it. We have captions and all that good stuff, resizing, which I'll show, and then you can send that off directly to LinkedIn. So in the past, you would have to send it to Dropbox and then upload to LinkedIn yourself. By this weekend, you should be able to just set it up directly. So the only kind of caveat here that I want to just make sure everyone's clear on, and this is a restriction on LinkedIn side, we cannot upload a video to your main feed. So there was a question from Jeff. Actually, I might as well just pop that question up.
Yeah.
I'll just pop that just because it was a great question. It said, can you upload a video using Repurpose to your personal feed, or is it your company page on LinkedIn, or all of the above? So the answer is, as of this weekend, it will be the first thing we are allowed to do is upload to a company page. If you don't have a company page, and a lot of people don't have company pages, think of it like a Facebook page for your brand, of your product or your podcast. It's very simple. You can create one in 5 minutes. I'll even show that part of my demo, kind of where to go on LinkedIn to make a company page. So the good news is we have a feature so that we can automatically share that video from your company page to your profile automatically, so you don't have to do anything. So you post through Repurpose, it goes to your company page, the video is native on LinkedIn, and then it gets shared out to your personal profile on LinkedIn as well, which is cool. And I know I've talked to the team, it is coming. They will allow us to upload to personal profiles or personal feeds in the near future. They're actively working on it, is what I heard from their support team. So that's exciting. So as soon as they make it available, we're on it. We'll get it there. So, all right. So without any further ado, let me just jump in and show you how this LinkedIn stuff works. Again, everything I'm showing here is on our test site. It's not available today, but will be available this weekend. Okay, let me share my screen and just jump right in.
Hanny, quick question for you as far as videos on LinkedIn. Is there a time limit on what they'll allow you to upload? Fantastic question.
For a video, it's 10 minutes is the official word that's on their website for videos. So we upload a video, maximum 10 minutes. But somehow, somewhere, I don't know where or why or how, I read somewhere, maybe in a developer documentation or something, because I read that geeky stuff. On company pages, that limit is actually 15. So don't quote me on that.
Interesting.
So you can go up to 15 potentially. I've tested, I think, 13-minute video to a company page, and if my memory serves me right, it did work. So again, to be safe, keep it 10 or under, just to be safe. But I believe there's a chance that you can go up to 15 on a company page.
Perfect.
That's a fantastic question. This is something that's on my list. I actually wrote down again last night. I'm going to add a section in here somewhere under this, our support section or in this app that kind of gives you a cheat sheet of all the time limits, because every platform has a time limit, and it's annoying and nobody remembers. I remember them all because I'm like immersed in this stuff, but I will make that available to you in a nice little cheat sheet so that it's right there in the app while you're making your workflows. All right, so let's jump right in. You can see my screen, right? It's all good? No,
we can see it.
Perfect. So, whoops, now we can't. What did I do? Oh, okay, now we're back. Okay, so just like anything else, LinkedIn will be a connection. So you go to the connections page, you'll see a new option called LinkedIn as an output. So, which means it's a reminder we can publish to LinkedIn. So at this point, we don't have any integrations to read videos from LinkedIn, i.e. like if you go live on LinkedIn, we can't repurpose that for you. In the future, we're looking into that. But all we're doing now is we give you the ability to publish to LinkedIn. So any video or any audio converted to a video can be sent to LinkedIn. So you choose LinkedIn, you say add connection. It pops up as usual. I already have it connected, so I'm not going to do it again. But it pops up, asks for a name, and then it asks you to log in. It pops up the LinkedIn screen. You know what? Let me see if I can delete. Let me do it.
And again, we're linking to or connecting to the company page, not a personal profile, correct?
No, that's a great question. So just like Facebook, at this stage of the game, all you're doing is connecting to your account.
Perfect.
So your LinkedIn account. And then once you make a workflow, you can choose to which company page publish to. So that's how it works right now. So I'm going to just delete this and start from scratch. So this is a demo. Let me show it from scratch. So go LinkedIn, say add connection. I'm going to say Harry's LinkedIn, just give it a name, just like usual. And it pops up the LinkedIn page. You log in with your LinkedIn account. Like you authenticate through the LinkedIn pop-up screen that comes up. And then it tells you if we're good, success or not. And then you say done. That's it. We're good to go, just like any other connection. Then I'm going to make a workflow that uses LinkedIn as my output. So I'm gonna take a video from my demo. I'll take a video from Facebook, send it to LinkedIn. So I'm gonna say Facebook video. I'm gonna convert it to a square just for fun, and then send to LinkedIn. Because Square is probably the most common. And again, I'm not like going based on number. I'm just going based on what I see. Square videos are the most common that I see on LinkedIn. But it's totally up to you. You can experiment. I highly encourage you to experiment and try different styles and see which ones get more engagement. So I'll choose Facebook as my input. I'm going to choose my Facebook page, choose my test page. Then I'm going to upload the video, or just because I want it to be faster, I'm going to upload a snippet. So I can have choice of full video or a small clip. I'm going to say clip. And then now I'm going to see LinkedIn as an output. When you click LinkedIn, you have option for company page. You can't change that. That's the only thing we support right now, or that they allow us to support. And then you should see basically all your company pages that you are admin for. So I'm just going to choose my test page. This is my test company page on LinkedIn and say go. Now I'm going to just pause a quick second while it's doing this. I just want to show you, for those who don't have a company page, it's super fast to create. You go under LinkedIn and then just up here where it says work, hit the drop down and then create a company page. And that's it. It's going to ask you a bunch of questions. What's the name? Blah blah blah, website stuff. So treat it like a Facebook page. You would give all the details in there, and then once you create it and it's all good to go, then you'll see it in the workflow. When you create a workflow, you'll see that option in the drop down. So if you don't have a page, it won't let you finish the workflow or create a workflow. So keep that in mind.
Perfect.
All right. So this is our workflow. I'm gonna go to view videos just like before. These are all my videos from my Facebook page. First thing I want to do, because I want it to go square, is I want it to change the video style to square. You don't have to. You can just publish the video as is. I'm trying to demo multiple things at the same time here. So show you that you can stylize the video. I wanted to add the captions right into the video as well, so it looks cooler and it's more engaging on LinkedIn when I publish it. And the other option is this. So you have the option to share my video to my personal feed. So
so good.
Yeah, it's right here. It's off by default. You don't have to do it. But what this does, if you turn it on, it'll do, basically, once it's done uploading the video to your company page, it would share that video to your personal feed. So your people on your audience can see that video, click, and start watching. So it's, well, I'll show you. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to pick a video. I think this one has captions here. And so because I'm doing a snippet, it's going to pop up. I can just pick, let's just pick, well, it's a pretty short video. I should have just done the whole thing. I'll pick this, whatever, the first 26 seconds. I'm just going to say, this is the title of the video. Well, I'll just leave it as default, so I'll get. Okay, so I'm going to hit publish. Again, this is all the same as before. Nothing new here, similar to publishing to other platforms. The title is, because I picked a stylized video, the title will appear in the video. So make sure that you make it engaging. You capture headline like, I don't know, if you don't repurpose, you're missing out. I don't know. Make something engaging. It's a headline. It's going to be in the video itself. So someone scrolling the feed is going to see that. They're going to be like, oh, I better stop and watch the video. And then the description is what's going to appear in the LinkedIn description. So the title is going to be in the video. And then I think it's also somewhere on the post itself. And then this is the description that shows up below the video. So it reads everything from your Facebook video. So if you do all your good descriptions there, it's perfect. Like you don't have to do it again here. It just shows up here on Facebook. And hit publish. It's going to enter the queue, and it's going to reload. In a few seconds, it should start processing. And we're processing. And LinkedIn, we did a few extra checks. It is a very new integration. It's brand new integration that will be available to you guys on the weekend. We found from testing that we wanted to make sure it's working. So we added some extra checks. So you might notice it in a minute or so longer than other workflows. So just bear with it. I mean, on our real servers, it's much faster. So anyway, I'll leave it for another minute or so. So that's basically it. I mean, not basically it. That's the simplicity of it. It's basically, it's identical to any other workflow we've created. Now it saves you the extra step. You don't need to go in and publish to a Dropbox folder and then upload to LinkedIn anymore. You can set it up to go directly from here. So let's see. All right, it's done. Sweet. So when you click the preview icon, it will take you right to your company page. And bada boom, bada bang. We have our video with the captions, the progress bar, just like this, the style that we picked out. We have a native video on our LinkedIn page. I don't remember, did I pick the option to share to my feed? I don't recall if I did or not. Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Okay, cool. So now it tells me, oh, your post was shared successfully. So
fantastic.
So this is my personal feed. It has a video, and it has the title and the description. And then when I click, it will take me to, when I click the play button, it will take me to the page and start playing from my company page.
So cool. Gianna has a question. She's having some connection issues. Gianna, is this for LinkedIn specifically? Is that what you're trying to connect?
Well, LinkedIn's not available yet.
It's not available, so that must be why.
It's probably Facebook.
Okay.
Maybe. I'll cover that. It's a very good topic. We're working on some improvements for that in our updates soon. But let's hold on to that question, because I'm pretty sure it's regarding the Facebook connections.
And she said she fixed it, so it's all done. Yeah.
Love it. That's awesome.
Oh, yes. And this is a really great one to be able to be on that LinkedIn platform, because many of you out there, really are making connections on LinkedIn. So now to be able to have content that you've already created and a new way to share it a little bit more simply and efficiently, that's a huge deal, so that you can really start to look like you already have this content. Now we're just sharing it on a new platform, but you've already created it once. So yeah,
Yes.
let's get the most out of all the amazing stuff you're all creating.
Yeah. And then for my podcasters out there, we can do the exact same thing. We can go and make a new workflow that says, take my podcast, audio podcast, to LinkedIn. So what that does is I'm going to start with an audio content. So this is different. We're starting with an audio. I'm going to convert it into a video. I'm just going to say full episode. It doesn't matter. And then I'm going to send that to my LinkedIn. So now you're going to have the video version of your audio directly published to LinkedIn. And we also have a Square template. You don't have to use Square, but I recommend Square. So you can have a Square template that goes, that works really well on LinkedIn. So we can do that, view episodes, and then hit publish. So whether you're starting with video from Facebook and you're repurposing that, you can send that to LinkedIn. If you're starting with audio, you can turn into a video and then publish that to LinkedIn as well. So everyone's covered. Everyone's covered, whether you're starting audio or you're starting video. So that's awesome. That it's really like it's been something that we're hoping to have had earlier. I'm kind of glad we took the time to do it properly, and we're gonna get it out to you guys this weekend. Play around with LinkedIn. Publish some content out there. So cancel all your plans for the weekend. No, it's not that easy. All right. Awesome. So any questions about LinkedIn? Anything specific for LinkedIn right now?
So this one's about Twitter, but I think it's also applicable for LinkedIn. Terry Ann wants to know, is it possible to choose which 30 seconds of a podcast to make a snippet for Twitter? And Twitter or LinkedIn, you can make snippets or full episodes for both of those platforms.
Yes. Yeah, for any platform, actually. So regardless of where you're publishing to, even if you're publishing to a Dropbox folder, you can create snippets, or you can create full episodes or full videos, and then you can choose whatever time snippets that you want. So let me demo that, since it was a question. So I'm going to do it right live here. So I'm going to say audio podcast to Twitter. Do I have my Twitter connected? Let me see. I don't know. Let me see if I can connect it. Use Twitter. All right. So I'm good. So first, make sure you have your Twitter connection added, and then I can say audio podcast to Twitter. Start with my audio podcast, and then here you can choose the snippets option. So if you leave full episode, you won't see Twitter in your output list, because Twitter has time limits, and we restrict it to 30 seconds. So if you don't see the Twitter option on the last step, it's because you didn't choose snippets from here. So we try to make it in a way so you don't make a mistake. Like, we try to kind of guide you through it. So if you choose snippets from here, you should see Twitter or LinkedIn or anywhere else. But in this case, we're going to go to Twitter and say create. And then how you actually choose your snippet is, there's two ways, actually. One is automated. If you have timestamps in your show notes, we automatically prepare all the clips for you. They're not published, but they're kind of ready for you to hit publish and go. That's why you see in this list here a bunch of timestamps. These were already in my show notes when I published my episode to my podcast host. If you don't do that, no worries. You hit the scissor icon. It loads up the audio. You can slide. And then we recently added the ability to manually set the time as well, because people asked, hey, I want to just start with, start the 20-second mark. You can just type in the start time and end time. So that's going to be available this weekend as well. So they can just say, this is my segment. I can preview that particular clip. If I'm happy, or I want to make it shorter, you can drag it and shorten it, etc. And then you say create snippet. Then there's our snippet. It's from the 51-second mark to the 1 minute 18 mark. Same as before, you can make it with Twitter. I'm a fan of Square again, so I would do Square and hit save and publish. So with snippets, you have two kind of two sections. I might going too far into this, but I want to make sure people understand. So when you do a snippet, there's two areas of text. One is the title, which is pretty much a quote or what this snippet is about, and then the one below is typically either the episode name or a call to action to listen more. Visit blah blah blah.com, whatever you want. But these are the two text areas that you see when you hit publish. So when I hit publish, this is going to be my title, and this is going to say, I can say whatever I want. Learn more at blah.com. And then this is the actual tweet itself that you see in the tweet. So these two go in the video, and this is the actual tweet that goes out. So I'm just going to leave it and hit publish, and we'll see how that goes. So that's how you do it. So just I guess a critical step is when you make your workflow, make sure you choose snippets instead of full episode, and then make sure you have a Twitter connection. Then you can slice and dice. I can make 20 different clips from one episode, just like you see here. So there's no limit on number of clips that you do. All right, so.
And that's the coolest thing too. I took your tip and added those timestamps to my show notes before I published it in my host. And It's so great to come in here and I can just say, oh my gosh, okay, like you said, there's 10, 20, depending on how long your episode is. I mean, you have endless content for months to really start dripping out little snippets of, the best quotes, things you want them to take away. There's a lot of ways that you can now use these little tiny clips on all your social to really be able to help people to cultivate that know, like, and trust factor, because they're getting little bite-sized segments from you.
Yeah. And when I say timestamp, it's very simple. There's nothing fancy about it. You can do with any podcast host. All you got to do is put a time, space, and then a little piece of text. Hanny says this, or Bob says that, or whatever. It's simple as that. Nothing fancy, and it's compatible with any podcast host. As long as you do something like this, we automatically make these for you.
Yeah.
Again, you don't have to use them. If you change your mind, you want to make your own snippet, you can still add to it. And just not publish those. So yeah, that's the deal. All good. Great questions.
Ross has a question here. Let's see. What are LinkedIn thoughts on video? Are they open or reluctant? Like they don't want it to turn into YouTube for marketers?
No, they're pushing video. My impression is they're pushing video. They recently they added video maybe, I'm just throwing a number out there, probably a year ago.
A while ago, yeah.
But then now they're adding live streaming. So they want you to create content native on their platform. Every platform wants you to create content that you upload to their platform. They don't want you sharing links to other platforms. One is because they don't want people leaving their platform. They don't want you to say, hey, I'm going to give you some bait. Click this link to leave LinkedIn. No, LinkedIn wants their audience to stay on LinkedIn. So by putting native content that your audience can consume on that platform, and right now video is the only way, they love it. Now they're adding live streaming and making that available to more and more people as well. So yeah, definitely not. They want you to post content. They want you to post video content. Same with Facebook, same with Instagram. And all the new platforms out there are video based.
Perfect. And so, Hanny, when you repurpose and share to LinkedIn, LinkedIn views that video as native content, correct?
When we upload to a company page, it's native content. Okay. So this is a video right on LinkedIn company page. When you share it, when it does the auto sharing, it does it basically shares a link to your company.
But it takes you back to the company, takes them back to the company page, which serves a good purpose too, because if they don't already connect with you there, that's another place that they can connect with your company.
Right. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people here are not using company pages. I wasn't. I'm starting to. I I'm now with Repurpose, I'm going to push a lot of my content onto my company page as well, like all the previous content I had out there. So don't be discouraged. I know it's not ideal in the sense that we can't go to our feed right away, but that will come. I was told that will come, and they're actively working on it. So
fantastic.
Put that content on your page, and then once that's available from LinkedIn, we'll let you publish to your personal feed as well.
Oh, Ross has another good question too. What good video content or live streams have you seen? And I presume on LinkedIn. Like what are the best practices for sharing our videos to LinkedIn?
That's a great question. I'm actually part of a mastermind with a very good friend of mine. He's a coach, and he does, he's trying to reach out to more clients. And the recent thing that he told me was, like, he's the kind of guy that I love because he loves to test. He's always testing. And he's using Repurpose to make these kind of videos. What he found recently is he's getting a lot more engagement. Well, there's kind of two rules. One of them is known is don't put links. Don't put links in your description. I think that kind of almost like a general rule to a lot of platforms like Facebook and stuff. They don't want to see links because you're asking people to click away from the platform. So even though it's counterintuitive, like, oh no, I want to put a link. I want people to come and sign up for my whatever. But just resist that temptation. Build reputation on social. Don't worry about the clicking through. Build reputation by putting content. Right. But the most interesting thing is he would publish, I don't know, 4 or 5 minute videos, and then, or maybe up to 10, I can't remember. Anyway, 5 to 10 minute videos, and they were doing okay. They're getting engagement. And then when he started just taking 1 minute clips of those videos and uploading the 1 minute version, he saw a huge spike.
And micro content, people are digging it.
Yeah, and it's not even, it's the same content. Like, it's the same long video. He uploaded the whole long video, and then he went and sliced it up into 4 or 5 little 1 minute videos. And then those got a lot of engagement. So now his goal from a creation point is what? He's just creating 1 minute videos. And 1 minute's a nice number because it's nice and short, obviously, but also Instagram, publishing to Instagram has a 1 minute mark as well. So you can reuse that on Instagram as well.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of my 2 tips. And this headline thing, I guess he told me, again, I'm going based on one person here, but like he likes to test, and his results were, this headline's important. Like, not the headline here, not the title. It's what the headline is burned into the video. That's what people see. People don't necessarily notice this title here. So when you publish an episode using Repurpose and you put that title, think about what's going to draw people's attention while they're scrolling.
Right, that curiosity. Same thing when you when you compose your emails, you want to make sure that you put a subject line in there that makes people say, "Oh, that's interesting. What's that about?" And really to start, drawing them in, like you say, with your content, you may have to change it to be more intriguing. But I think it's a really, really great place to start letting people know who you are, because we all have our own ways of describing things and calling things by certain names. So this is a really great place, I think, to sort of really personalize your feed.
Yeah. And then the progress bars, again, this is all Repurpose does, is all for you. The captions and progress bar are also big in the sense that progress bar gives you an indication how long the video is very quickly. So you're like, all right, I'll stick around. It's a short video. And then 2, the captions, they can watch anywhere without having to turn their audio on. So those are already built in. The headline, the ability to put a headline in your video, captions, progress bar, it's all taken care of. Just craft a nice headline that catches people's attention. And the latest one he's been telling me is, if you're doing this, or if you're not doing this, then this is happening, is a good kind of like headline style. I mean, there's a time. I'm not a copy expert, but that's why I threw this up there. If you're not repurposing, if you don't repurpose, you're missing out. It's like, oh, I'm intrigued. Let me listen. So catch their attention with the headline. Keep it short and make it pop out by having the progress bar and captions turned on from inside your Repurpose.
For sure. And there's a question about the links, because we had talked about not putting links in your description because LinkedIn wants to keep people there. But like on any platform, at some point you want to get them to opt into something. So if you kind of follow the 80-20 rule, about 80% of your content, or 60-40, whatever works for you, most of your content really should be about providing value. And then, yes, you want to connect, but the more value you're providing, the more likely when you do post a link to something free, a workshop, a webinar, an opt-in, then they're more likely to click on it anyway. They probably won't click it the first time they see your video.
Right. And my buddy told me from my mastermind group is he's seeing a high profile views. So people are like, well, who's this guy that's posting content almost every day?
Yeah.
I like what he's got to say. I'll go check out his profile. So the links could be in your profile. That seems to be the trend now. Links in profile.
Perfect. Links in profile. Okay.
There's cool tools in there that lets you kind of like have one link that expands to multiple links. There's a cool one. I forget the name right now. But
Linktree does that. Yeah.
Linktree does that. There's another one that I started playing around with. But anyway, the idea means not to put the links in your description because the platforms don't like it. It's more about getting people to kind of like get hooked on your content. Because what happens when someone watches your video, they're more likely to see it in their feed again. LinkedIn will serve it up again, or Facebook or Instagram will serve more content to that guy. So, just by having them watch one 1-minute video, they're like, all right, they're almost like targeted to be prone to see more videos. And once they see a bunch of videos and they like what they're seeing, they'll click. They'll click to your profile, see who's this guy, who's this girl, what's she up to? I want to learn more. And that's where the link action happens.
Yes. And I wanted just to clarify something for everyone as well, as far as the captions, because that takes place over on Facebook. It doesn't take place anywhere else. We just need to make sure that we've chosen to put the captions on our Facebook pages so that when it gets repurposed, those captions follow your video. Yes.
So just for those who maybe haven't seen it, we have a workflow on our support. If you head over to repurpose.io/support, we have a bunch of training videos, but also there's a link there to a workflow page, a workflow diagram. And there it kind of maps out where you want your content to go. It's really helpful to kind of visualize where your content. But if you're starting with video, Facebook page is the number one. Go there, give it a good title, like an engaging title, give it a good description, give it a good thumbnail, and then turn on the transcriptions and clean them up if you have to. Yeah. And with 1 minute or 2 minute videos, it's easy. It's fast because they do most of the work. You clean up relatively quickly. And then from there on, all this information, captions, everything gets passed to all the videos that we spin up for LinkedIn, for Twitter, for YouTube, for other Facebook pages, wherever you want to publish to. Everything is taken. You don't have to redo it again or retranscribe again. You just do it once on your Facebook page.
Right. Yeah, once and done. I love that.
Yeah. Awesome. So a lot of great questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think everyone's homework, because this new feature is coming, that we all need to get our LinkedIn business pages set up. Hanny, can you just review that one more time about where you set that up?
Yeah, let me do that right now. So it's super simple. Just go to linkedin.com. Probably from your computer is probably better. And then right on the right there, you see there's a me, and then there's a work. So you click work, and then there's a bunch of stuff here. Don't worry about it. Scroll right to the bottom. It says create a company page.
Perfect.
So you hit that up, and then it asks you a bunch of questions. What kind of page is it? Give it a name. I mean, the pages are cool. I mean, you can put like, pages show up in your profile as well, by the way. So like if you go to my profile, you see that repurpose.io page is there. You can click through. You can have links to your site. Like it's like a business page. So they let you put links on your company page and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the homework before the weekend.
Definitely the homework. It'll take you 5 minutes, maybe 10, 15 if you really want to spruce it up and add some content you already have, some images. If you want to really make it pretty, it might take you a little longer, but definitely 30 minutes or less for sure to get this thing up and running, probably like 5. And then when this new feature is rolled out on the weekend, you'll be able to connect a LinkedIn to Repurpose and then create that workflow. And you can choose to automate it or to just do it manually each time.
Right. And you can publish audio podcasts, turn them into videos.
Yes.
If you're an audio podcaster, or if you have video content already on a Facebook page, you can repurpose it as well to LinkedIn.
Is it possible to do audio to audio, meaning you can just upload your podcast as an audio directly to LinkedIn? Is that a possibility?
No, LinkedIn it's kind of following the same as all the other platforms like
Got it.
Facebook. It's a video platform.
Yeah. Okay.
Needs to
Just
be video.
curious.
That's why we have that feature to convert audios to videos for you, so that you can get around that.
Yes.
That limitation.
I'm just looking at all the questions, and I think we've gotten them all. Let's see. So LinkedIn is not available now. It'll be available by this weekend, so you can make that connection. In the meantime, just go set up that company page.
That's right. Company page, create company page. It'll take you 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Have it ready so that this weekend you can start publishing some stuff onto LinkedIn.
Okay. Yeah, I think that, I'm not sure. Oh, is it Jump Link? The one that has multiple links you can use?
Oh, yeah. I think Everlinks is the one I've been using.
Okay. Yeah, and I use Linktree for mine, which is the one that, lots of people are using over on Instagram as well. So rather than having, several of them, just kind of use one software to make all that happen for you.
Yeah, I use Everlink. Actually, I'll show you mine if you're curious about it. I lost my screen share. There it is. Okay, so if you go to my Instagram account, here.
Too many tabs.
So I have a link that says try. I'm still tinkering around, but basically it pops up my Everlinks page, which has some videos on it. It has my picture. I say try it for free today. So, you can customize this the way you want.
Right.
The way you want. So that's kind of one little cool trick. So having services like Everlinks or Linktree to, showcase all your stuff. But I'm always the kind of person that's like, you don't want to overwhelm. Like, to me, I was tinkering with this, and I'm like, yeah, maybe it's a little too busy. You got too much. What action should I take here? So, keep it simple. I might remove these videos. Experiment with it. But the point being is, don't put the links in the descriptions on any platform. Put the links in your profile, and just people will naturally migrate there once they start seeing your content.
Yes. Yeah, and you could even just create a page on your website and put all of your links there, and that way you can actually then use Facebook also to your advantage with the pixel, and then retarget those people at some point as well. And that may be a little bit too meta at this point, but definitely getting them to your own personal website has many advantages. So you could also do that if you don't want to use a link shortener like Linktree or Everlink.
All right, that's so true. Yeah, you can keep it simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Less is more, like Ross says. Less is more.
Less is more, absolutely. Well, and I think that's what this whole repurpose, this whole movement you've created, Hanny, it's about less is more. I mean, you are creating things like, don't create something all the time and be in that perpetual cycle and burn yourself out. It's about creating that consistent content, whether that's weekly for you or a couple times a week or however that looks in your schedule, but then using that and then repurposing it. And we're just keeping it really simple, taking that core content, taking your words, taking your videos, taking your personality, and letting people see smaller bits of that so they can really start to get to know you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I want to jump ahead to the captioning and the resizing thing. So last month, or maybe a few months, I lose track of time. Currently we have an option to take a video that's regular horizontal videos like this, and then turning it into a vertical or a square video so that you make it compatible with Instagram TV and square videos, which work really good on LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. Now, there were some limitations. There was an assumption in the software that people were complaining about, saying like, if my video was already vertical, it doesn't work. Or what if I don't want to resize it? I just want to add a caption right on my same video that I created. So we took all that input over the past month or so, and we basically made this feature more flexible. So again, this will be rolled out this weekend. So I just want to quickly talk about that. So basically, you now have the option to add. So when you go to a workflow that's video based, so let's say video to LinkedIn, for example. If I go to the settings in here, now you have a couple of you've always had the square and the vertical, but You can also just not resize it. Just take the original video, the same size as it was. And then you still have the options to add the captions to that, which is cool. You didn't have that before. So before you took the original video and you uploaded it. But if you wanted to add the captions, you had to resize it and make it square or horizontal. So we got rid of that restriction. Now you can just burn a caption on any video without having to resize it. So that's a new feature. There's a few people in the Facebook group that asked for it specifically. So it'll make sense when you start using it. But the other thing we added was when you do a resizing, there were some issues where it assumed that your video was always horizontal. And if it wasn't starting as horizontal, it wouldn't resize properly. So we made it more flexible now so that even if your video is already vertical, we can still make a nice stylized vertical video out of it. So I don't want to kind of bore you with details, but for those who are watching this and they're like, oh yeah, I've had this problem, you'll totally get what I mean. But you'll see some improvements this weekend as well. So we had this big push this weekend. You'll get the LinkedIn, you'll get this improved captioning. We got a ton of stuff. I'm just going to read my notes here really quick. We did some small interface changes. So we wanted to add a more visual representation of what's going on. Because when you have a lot of workflows, you're like, what is this, an audio to video, or is this video to audio, or audio to audio, video to video? So we made little pictures now. So like, this is going video to audio. Sorry, audio to video. This one's video to video, etc. So just small things like that to make life easier.
That's great.
We have a link directly now to our training videos right from the app. So you'll see kind of the help center here. If you need to contact support, everything's up here now. So you can jump. Because a lot of people didn't know about our training site. There's a ton of videos there and more coming. We have the workflow diagrams. So everything's searchable. So if you're looking for something, you can search here and look through our documentation/videos. And actually, all the replays from our live training, they all automatically come here as well. So if you haven't checked this out, it's repurpose.io/support. But also this weekend, it'll be available right from inside the app.
Fantastic. I love that you're always listening and you're always making improvements based on what we as users need or want to see. That's just something you don't see in a lot of software. So thank you.
Oh, of course. That's my pleasure. Like when I started, I built this for myself, to be honest. But now it's not for me anymore. It's for everybody. We've got different requirements. And if something makes sense, I'm all for it. Another cool thing. So I wanted to share this quickly. Facebook/Instagram, Facebook owns Instagram, released a tool called Content Creator Studio. So if you've never seen it, maybe young, you can put it in the comments. It's facebook.com/creator studio. This is a powerful tool. This lets you schedule content onto Facebook, your pages, see how things are performing, etc. Recently, maybe a month or so ago, they added an Instagram button. Connect your Instagram, which is cool. You can see all the stats, analytics, all that good stuff. But the coolest feature of all, you can create a post for your Instagram feed or an IGTV right from here, which is cool. But you don't have to publish it now. You can schedule it.
Yeah.
So you can schedule a video to go out on a certain day, because there was no way to do that before. You couldn't schedule whatever content you had to post it that day for Instagram TV or for Instagram. So now you got a free tool from Facebook that'll let you schedule. So what we noticed was when this came out, we noticed some of the videos were not compatible. Like when you try to upload a video from Repurpose, from your Dropbox folder onto here to schedule it, it wasn't compatible. So they changed their size requirements. They got a little tighter on what's video size that's allowed. But knowing me, the geek, so I geeked out and I figured out, okay, what is it we need to do? So we fixed that. That's my point. We fixed that. So starting in, actually, it might even be available today. That fix might be available today.
Very cool.
So you can make videos, drop them into here, and schedule them onto Instagram or IGTV. So that was a big request. Our users told us that it wasn't working, and then we looked into it, which is cool. What else? A couple small things, but powerful things. Now you can go here and duplicate a workflow. This was a big request.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's going to be a huge time saver.
Yeah, because sometimes you have like multiple podcasts and you have all the same settings and you don't want to recreate every single one again. So you can duplicate, and then you can say duplicate. It'll say, give it another name, whatever, 2. And then you can, if you want to change, not go to Twitter, you want to go to LinkedIn, then you can just edit the workflow and change your destination.
Nice.
To go to LinkedIn instead. So
it's super.
Yeah, so that's a big request. I think people will like that. And then there's a whole bunch. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the last one, which again, another request was, we now let you, when you make a Facebook to YouTube workflow. So you've done your video on Facebook, you turn on the captions, and then YouTube likes captions as well. Like YouTube likes to upload a caption file, they try to generate it for you, but they don't do a good job. So you'd have to go in there, generate it, and then fix it up again on Facebook. On YouTube. So you fix it on Facebook, and then you go fix it on YouTube, which doesn't make sense. So when things don't make sense, we try to make it better. So now, when you publish from a Facebook to YouTube, you have the option to upload the caption from Facebook to YouTube. So the ones that you've fixed up on Facebook are automatically going to be uploaded to YouTube. And the main reason is part of the search engine optimization on YouTube is the captions. They use the captions. So if you don't have captions, they try to generate it for you so they can index and find your videos better. So by having a cleaned up caption file that you've cleaned up on Facebook already, automatically sent it, you don't have to worry about it. All the videos going to YouTube are going to have clean captions. So that's a new feature as well. That means a lot of smaller stuff, but those are kind of like the big things I wanted to highlight.
Amazing.
It's been a big update as well. It's been a big update. That's why it's been taking longer, but it's worth the wait. This weekend, we have a lot of fun. You guys will have a lot of fun starting this weekend or whenever you have some time. I highly recommend making that page now, and then you can start publishing over the weekend or next week, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, and definitely we'd love to see what you're posting. If you wanted to share that with us inside the group, that would be awesome, so we can cheer you on and definitely see how we're all using it, because we're, looking at someone else's usage of it may, spark some new ideas for you. So it's always great to be in the group and collaborate with others and kind of see what people are doing, find out best practices, find out tips and tricks. We're all in there to, be better at marketing, and with using Repurpose definitely makes our job so much easier. So Hanny, thank you so much.
All right, my pleasure. And thanks everyone for all the great questions. And all the great feedback. When the more people use it, a lot of feedback comes from the Facebook group. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, I encourage you to get in there, just start contributing, ask questions, just make suggestions. There's no crazy feature request, right? If you want something that maybe someone else is thinking the same thing and they're embarrassed to ask, just ask. If the worst I can say is, okay, we'll add it to our list, but we review that list regularly and we're like, all right, let's start bringing some of these items up to the top to get them implemented. So so this was a lot. This release, it's a lot bigger than I thought. In my mind, it's only been LinkedIn, but it's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes happening.
A lot of little things which are really just make the software so much easier and so much more intuitive.
Yeah, and we do have at least one more push before the end of the year as well. I'm trying to. I don't want to hint now, but maybe next month I'll feel more comfortable. But more awesome features related to making your life simpler from inside of Repurpose coming out before the end of the year as well. But the big thing, LinkedIn, start playing with it this weekend. And I'd love to hear your feedback. I think probably one of the first tools out there, if not the first tool, as far as I know, to publish to LinkedIn video. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see a lot of to do it. So and LinkedIn is big. Yes.
Thanks, Nancy, for tuning in. Thanks, Gianna, for inviting her. It's awesome. I love when you guys are helping each other and you're really providing that support for one another, because that's really a hugely important piece. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in live. If you have more questions, definitely keep popping those below the video. If you're watching on the replay, same thing. Any questions you have, pop them below. Hanny and I are hanging out, monitoring this video, and we want to make sure that this video is working the way that you had intended and you're being able to maximize all the features, because like Hanny said, there's a lot of little changes that have happened, but all of which are going to make the software much easier for all of you to use.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do this every month, beginning the first week of every month. And we send out an email to kind of in advance to ask for you, to invite you to ask your questions. So yeah, we're getting in it. This is number 7. And I think it's getting better and better each time, and just getting more engagement. Hoping to add more value as a user, to learn something new each month, and for an opportunity to have kind of one-on-one time with us and ask your questions. So
yes, absolutely. So we always have so much fun hanging out anyway, and geeking out over these fun things, and it's so fun to see all of you here doing that with us and learning with us. And it's been such a joy to be here with all of you, and I'm looking forward to our November sneak peek and live Q&A.
Yeah, so one more month, we'll get some more goodies. We've got a lot of goodies now as we speak. So
awesome.
But definitely this weekend, keep an eye out. There'll be an email going out. But if you don't get the email, no worries. Just log into your account this weekend, and you should be able to add your LinkedIn.
Woohoo! All right.
It'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's videos on LinkedIn. And like I said, I think we're good for today, but comments are open. So watching the replay, or you think of something later, just drop the questions in, and Yang and I will be more than happy to answer.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Have a great
awesome day.
Bye-bye.